This is Shibuya Crossing, arguably the largest crossing intersection in the world, especially Japan. We couldn't think of a better spot to start our episode. The top 10 things you must eat in Tokyo. Welcome to Japan. Louis! There's 125 million people in Japan. 9.5 million in the city of Tokyo. Look, if you have a people phobia thing, this is maybe not the place to be. And the craziest thing of all is you'd think 9.5 million people would make a huge mess. They don't. There's garbage nowhere. There's no garbage cans. I tried to figure out what came first. People deciding not to throw garbage on the street, or the city not putting out garbage cans so you don't have a place, and then you end up carrying it around with you, which we've done today. Walked around with garbage in our backpacks and stuff because we couldn't find a place to throw it out. But it's a place that you have to see. We're going to show you a great time here. But enough city talk, because we're here for the food. And I'll be showing you great things, including my favorite ramen, the coolest paddle-delivered food ever, and amazing Japanese pancakes. But let's start with sushi, and a really fun version of it. Of course, in Tokyo, you can have all kinds of sushi. High-end sushi, department store sushi, takeout sushi, or conveyor belt sushi. We're at a place called Uobei that you order off a screen, and it comes flying down this little conveyor belt to you. It's fantastic. So here's how it goes. You look at the screen. Let's decide what we want. Look at your fresh tuna in summer sushi. Side menu items, nigiri, that's fish that comes on the rice. So let's go fresh tuna. On the English menu, fresh tuna, summer sushi. Look at all the differences. Seared corn, mushroom tempura. We like that. We've got one. Let's order that. So we push the order button, and that will come. Place order. Order's being processed. Okay, wait. Thank you. Touch screen, go back to the menu. Let's go back. Medium fatty tuna with shredded wasabi? Yes. Let's do that. Get one of those. Yes, yes. Order, place order. Yes, fantastic. Seared albacore with pepper mayo. Nice. I would like this. Side menu. Oh, here it comes. Watch. You get notice that it's coming. And it stops. It stops right in front of you, and you take it off. Wow, look at that. Oh, this is badass. It's badass. What is this? This is the mushroom tempura with wasabi. Look, you can definitely have much better sushi. I don't think you can have much more fun sushi. It's kind of ridiculous. Just keep ordering. More. Come on.
Is this for us?
Hey. Fatty tuna. More coming. Here we go. What is this? Oh, this is the seared albacore. Oh, and you have to push the button to say you've taken it. If you don't push the button, it sends it back. Here it comes, watch. The chili. I just had a bite of the fatty tuna. It's really good. Oh, and by the way, that piece was $2? $1? I think it might have been $1. $1. There is no more fun in the world of sushi than this. It's a blast. Seared albacore. Little cubey Japanese meal on top.
Oh my
It was very good.
It's so good. $2 or something.
Okay, get out of here. Look at chili guy up top, Max.
Whoa.
And check this guy out. Tempura with udon. Yum. And one of my favorites, fish cake. Who doesn't like that? You know how hot this is going to be? I love Uobei. So fun. Sorry.
What happened there?
The idea of walking around all day with chicken grease pants, not happy. This is called chicken stick. Chicken stick. Crunchy. Tender. I like that people come to Japan on travel shows, and they're like, $800 sushi, woo! We're like, $1 sushi, woo! This is the place to go. And it's, like, I know a lot of people are going to, like, completely me out. That place sucks. But you know what? Look how much fun we're having. We're loving it. We're having a great time. Isn't that really what it's all about? You can kiss my cheap conveyor belt sushi ass if you don't like this. You don't have to watch. So in addition to the chicken stick, we got this one, which is a little bit fattier. It's sort of more like a chicken karaage. Chicken thighs for sure. Oh my God. So happy. Highball. Whiskey soda. Yeah, check this out. French fries with butter soy sauce. What? Butter soy. Oishi. It's delicious. I gotta be done. Seriously. I can't continue to sit here and eat this stuff. You think it's gonna blow. It does not blow. And because it's so easy. Okay. Please. And then there's one of my favorites, Robotaya, set in what looks like an old Japanese farmhouse. And it has the freshest of everything laid out right in front of you like a market. Meats, vegetables, and seafood, including live shrimp and abalone. And you choose what you want, and the Robotaya geniuses, honestly, I hesitate to call them cooks, they're that great. They get what you've asked for, and they grill it perfectly on an open hearth. Oh, by the way, sitting on their knees all the while. I mean, check out how he preps this whole snapper for the grill. It's kind of a little tough to watch, but the result is tremendous. The ambience is the best, and the food is fantastic. And some things sit right on the hearth, and some sit above for indirect cooking. And when the items are ready, they pass them to you on a paddle. So we started eating everything. Simple grilled asparagus.
Oh,
look how beautiful. Presentation is everything, isn't it? That's gorgeous. Honestly, one of the best bites of food ever. Shiitake mushroom is my favorite. Grilled chicken. Should just make him hold us this. Wait. Oh, yeah. And with a client list that includes John Mayer, Daniel Craig, Katy Perry, the Chili Peppers, Martin Scorsese, we needed to come in early so we wouldn't bug any of the clients. But even if there were people, I love the process. And this lovely woman in the back, hiding behind me, is Ayako. She's been our guide and translator while we've been here in Tokyo. And she's the best. So the chicken, yakitori, thigh. I had a choice, thigh breast, and I'm always going to go thigh. Tender. Delicious. Excellent. I mean, it's crazy. The thing is you take your time. You sit back, you drink your highball, you drink some sake, you order something. You have the shiitakes, you think for a bit, you have some onion, some asparagus. You're waiting while your shrimp and the snapper are being done, and you watch. It's dinner and a show, and all amazing. All amazing. When in Rome, ladies and gentlemen, when in Rome. And we continue eating. There's the best tofu ever. Huge shrimps, Wagyu beef with fresh grated garlic. Okay, so the Wagyu with a little bit of wasabi. Fresh wasabi. Right?
So it's not ginger, it's actually garlic. Garlic and wasabi.
I was wrong. This is grated garlic. Okay, well, that's just up. I don't have any other words for it. That is ridiculous.
And there's sauce, right?
Great. Oh, there's a little sauce.
Yeah, there's a little sauce.
I even missed the sauce. Who needs the sauce? I just ate a piece of butter. I just ate the beef, the butter of beef. It's fatty, it's unctuous, it's delicious, it's melty. You can feel the fat still in your mouth when you eat it. And when it's cooked on here, one of the only things cooked directly on the grill. Most of the things have been above it. It's insane. It's just insane. Insane. Go away now. It's insane. And of course, we drink. So in the Western world, if you ask for a highball, that would mean some kind of cocktail in a tall glass. It could be anything. It could be a gin and tonic. It could be a Tom Collins. It could whatever you like. Whiskey soda. This happens to be a whiskey soda. And here in Japan, you order it as a highball. Go into any bar, any hotel, any restaurant. You ask for a highball, you'll get a whiskey and soda. Here they come in these badass glasses from the whiskey company. But that I will now have to try and find online to get some for back home. And finally, out comes the snapper. Whole, gorgeous, and amazing. Look, it was sad, but Robotaya had to end. So out you go. You put on your Japanese headband, hoping you don't look too silly, and head off into the night with more sake and whiskey in your immediate future. Fingers crossed. And the next day, you find yourself in Harajuku, which is known more as a center for youth street fashion and clothing, including cosplay, aka costume play. And there's always going to be food and drink. And like many places in Tokyo, that starts with the Japanese fascination with boba tea, essentially tea, milk, and tapioca balls. Funny. Never knew tapioca had balls. Think of Harajuku as sort of a place for fair food because there's giant multicolored cotton candy, the best potato chips that are cut with a spiral cutter, then spread out on a stick, deep fried and then seasoned. And in case you haven't had your fill of fried food yet, well, I got two things. Check this out. These are like the world's longest French fries that you would assume come from the world's longest potatoes. But it's not. It's kind of like a mash that they put into like a giant potato ricer garlic press and squeeze these guys out. I got plain salt and delicious. But wait, don't stop there because I also got this whack thing that I keep seeing people with. So, see the white in here? It's a mozzarella stick with potato pieces crammed onto it, deep fried quickly, and then rolled in brown sugar and coconut powder. What? How? Who? What mind thinks that up? Look at that kid. You can see the mozzarella starting to ooze out. I don't get the coconut, frankly. Oh, the coconut with the brown sugar, it's kind of freaking mental. We need these at home. Like now. Look at it when you move it. It has a life of its own. It's alive! And delicious. You know what I need? A roll of paper towels.
Definitely.
Wait, not just for my face, but for my ass and my whole lower body because I'm sweating so much. Hey, anyone up for ramen? Because that's next. See that? You know what that is? That's 10,000 yen. You know what this will buy you? Ramen. Really good Ichiran ramen. Finally made it. I say we finally made it because after waiting in a small stairwell, at the wrong location, in the blistering heat, we finally got in to find they only accepted cash. So we had to leave and get some, which we did, and now we're here. Ichiran is a very popular ramen chain that works on the machine ticket system. You insert your money, choose your ramen, beer, and sides, and you get a ticket. Then you sit in your private one-person booth, customize your bowl of ramen, they take the tickets, and then eventually bring what you've ordered. And then you sit and you wait, and then when the other stuff comes, the blind goes up, the hands bring your food, and you're eating large. At Ichiran, in your little private area. Okay, it's badass. It's a great system. Look, if you hate people, well, you probably shouldn't be in Tokyo anyways, but if you hate people, it's the ideal place. You order from a machine, you sit in your own little private booth, you don't have to say anything to a soul, except maybe thank you, and of course that's always played. Then you get to eat in your little nook. It's cool because you get to eat in your little booth without really talking to anybody. They call it a concentration counter so that you focus on the taste of the ramen and not be distracted by your annoying family members that might be around you. It's like the Christian Science reading room of ramen places. Not that I would know that. I'm Jewish. I don't have anything against them. I'm just saying, it's what I imagine. You go in there, it's super quiet. Okay. Can I eat my ramen now, please?
And so they really mean it when they say concentrate, because it's all about the broth, and I ordered it rich. The thing about ramen broth is it takes, I don't know, I've not made it, it's maybe 24 hours of bones and meat and slowly simmering, and you can taste the silkiness on your tongue in this. You taste the fat of all the work that's gone into it. And then the noodles. And yes, you're supposed to slurp. In fact, it's polite. It means you're really enjoying the meal. And then you get a piece of the thinly sliced pork that will melt in my mouth. I mean, come on. Mix it a little bit. Get some of the spice in here. Get some more of this. Just let all the gorgeousness just live in your mouth. But it really is about the broth. I have to try and make something like this. I'm never going to get close, but you come to Japan, you don't have ramen, you should not be allowed to come back. Honestly, it's that simple. And we're fans of Ichiran. You can go where you want, but this little concentration booth is my choice. Okay, so once you peel the egg, I like to put it here, then use your chopsticks. Ay, come on. To break it. And look at how soft and gorgeous it is inside. Oh, perfect Japanese ramen egg. So, in some of the broth. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, it's heaven. The Japanese refer to what goes on in your mouth when you have things like ramen and udon as umami. It's like a flavor profile other than sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. It's that one thing that you just go, that's umami. It was a terrible description of it, but that's what it is.
Look, a top 10 list of things to eat in any city would not be complete, in my opinion, without breakfast. And Hoshino Coffee has a couple of my favorites.
And the first one is called omurice. Sorry. And the first one is called the omurice. Have a look. So in this case, it's a super fluffy egg, sort of omelet on top of rice. In this case, the whole thing is sitting on a bed of beef stew. I know it's crazy. Maybe beef stew in the morning. Oh yeah, look what just came. Classic Japanese fluffy pancakes. Look at them. They're outstanding. Okay, where do you get a pancake like that? Was it an inch and a half tall, right? Wait, Max, back to the omurice. Look at the beef stew. Okay, so the key to this is you need absolutely to have a bite of the rice. Sorry. You absolutely have to have a bite of the egg with some of the rice underneath, by itself first, if I can get it. You don't even need to chew the egg. It just melts inside. Really delicious. The rice underneath is fantastic. Flavored beautifully. But this, all omurice is not created equal. But this one, with this ridiculously soft, long, slowly cooked beef, is going to be the thing that really takes us over the top.
Sorry, right now I have to hurry. Let's talk about it next time. I was like, okay, Max,
did you see that? There was no chewing. It was just squishing and swallowing. Oh my God, and the beef is a little bit fatty. It's perfect, just the way I want. But, wait, the Japanese pancakes. Where does this happen like this? It's insane. Butter melting on the top. And you can get it any way you want, but this is the way with some maple syrup. Cue the sexy music, Maxie. Look at that. Should we have a bite? Look, they're like light and eggy on the inside and delicious. And then you must try a bite.
I asked you, do you have another pen? You said yes, and then you walked away.
Maple syrup. Super big, light, fluffy pancake. A friend of mine in San Diego, a guy named Jason McLeod at a restaurant called, what's it called?
Morning Glory.
Morning Glory. A friend of mine in San Diego, a guy named Jason McLeod, his restaurant, Morning Glory, makes these. The only place I know, and certainly in San Diego, that you can get them. They're not easy. He is mad every time somebody orders them because they take like 20 minutes. We ordered them here and they said 20 minutes. But you come here, you could go to a restaurant and order regular pancakes like you have at home. But why would you do that? What a ridiculous thing to do. I'll have pancakes and bacon and eggs. No, you have beef stew, omurice, and you have the fluffy pancakes. That's what you do.
All right, give me that. I need a bite.
You want a bite?
Yes, I need a bite.
Okay, you go. It's great. It's right? It's just big, light, fluffy, super delicious. Look at it. I mean, come on. It's whack.
Tokyo is the best and absolutely one of my favorite cities. But our visit here is certainly not over. Because in part 2, we have department store amazingness, okonomiyaki that you will love, and we hunt for the best egg salad sandwich in the city. Stay tuned.